So Quidditch Champions is out now, and best of all, it's currently free on PlayStation Plus. And while I do think Hogwarts Legacy should have had some form of Quidditch in it, after playing Champions all weekend to unlock the Platinum Trophy, I have to say I quite like it, and I think it's pretty good, to be fair. It's Rocket League meets Quidditch crossed with Fortnite, and I had a lot of fun unlocking all of the trophies, except for one, which was so bad it was probably one of the most annoying trophies I have unlocked this year. And if, like me, you've gone for the Platinum in this game, you will of course know I'm talking about the Playcaller Trophy for saving a shot on goal from a chaser you recently debuffed. This is one total pain of a trophy to unlock, as it's just really finicky and awkward for so many reasons. So the first roadblock in this trophy is that you can't actually do this move with the keeper straight away, so you'll need to keep playing and earn enough skill points to unlock the ability for the keeper to be able to get the debuff from your Playcaller rings. So you can't even attempt this trophy straight away, and even when you do have the ability, don't expect to get it on your first or even your 10th attempt unless you are just really lucky. So in order to pop the trophy, you need to save a shot from an opponent chaser who you've debuffed, and this is done by playing as the keeper and using your Playcaller ability. With a tap of L1, you'll head into this first person view that's always moving forward, and you have a limited time to drop these blue rings on the playing field. If an opponent player flies through them, they all become debuffed, and you will then need to quickly switch back to the keeper and save a shot from that chaser. And this all happens in seconds, and it's really awkward to pull off because, well, for starters, you can only place so many rings, and you're always forced to move forward, so you can never fully block off the whole width of the pitch or cover all 3 of the goal rings, and that often means that an opponent can simply fly up, down or to the side to easily avoid the rings you've placed. So the chances of a human opponent flying into some of your rings are pretty slim because they're just so easy to avoid. Another problem with this trophy is how you actually place these rings, as the whole game plays in this third person viewpoint, but when you do the Playcaller move with the keeper, it will switch you to this first person viewpoint, and as you place the rings and run out the bar, it will then switch you back to your third person view of your character, and that can be a bit jarring, especially as you desperately try to see where that player you've just been looking at to try and trap in the rings has flown to, or what goal they're about to shoot at, because again, you've only got a couple of seconds to place these rings as an opponent is flying towards you to then prepare for when they take a shot at your goal. That whole movement back and forth between 2 camera viewpoints I just find really awkward, and I don't think this feature works as well as it could. I think if the game just let you set different patterns of rings that you could just instantly place down while still staying in your third person view, would make this a lot easier to perform. I can still see where I'm going, and I'm still prepared to be able to save when I'm placing these rings down in the set patterns that I can select. You know, having like an auto build option like in Fortnite where you can select different templates to just quickly place those down in certain positions. Sure, it won't always cover everything, but it would just be easier if you could instantly place all of your rings instead of slowly looking at it in first person as you sort of drop out rings one by one. Annoyingly, the move is also on a cooldown, and the rings you place will disappear after just a few short seconds, so you might find that you've placed them too early and they disappear before the opponent gets close enough to take a shot on your goal, and you can no longer place any more because you're still waiting for the cooldown to finish, so you just basically missed your chance. Oftentimes, I'd feel like I've placed them perfectly and the opponents would hit those rings, only to then pass the ball instead of shooting, and that was just really frustrating, as that's obviously going to happen. If you hit a ring, you're better off just passing it anyway. Other times, the opponent would hit the ring and not shoot quick enough, so the debuff had run out before they shot and I had saved the goal. Then there's the really annoying moments where everything lines up perfectly and you place some great rings down and an opponent just flies through a bunch of them without realising and takes a shot at the goal you're aiming at to protect, and as that ball is heading towards you, one of your teammate chasers just swoops in and grabs the ball, blocking you from getting the save, and more importantly, this annoying trophy. Ugh. That happened to me way too many times. Chasers would just come out of nowhere and save the ball as I was about to get the shot and saved. In the end, when going for this platinum, you'll likely have a miserable hour or so attempting to get this trophy where you sit as the keeper waiting for someone to take a shot at your goal, only to miss saving it, or they don't go through your rings, or the opponents just pass it around so it's not debuffed on the person who shoots, or one of your teammates just keeps saving the bloody ball, or maybe you just miss saving it because of the awkwardness of the camera and trying to turn and quickly move to get to the goal where they're aiming at, because sometimes you can't even see the ball when they shoot because there's just some sort of lag with the internet connections, I think. This trophy definitely zaps some of the fun out of playing Quidditch Champions and going for the Platinum Trophy, and you'll likely swear it's impossible to get, and then just eventually, out of nowhere, you'll just get super lucky and pop this damn thing. It's not that it's difficult, but you are at the mercy of a bit of RNG with the computer-controlled bots, and I'd imagine most human opponents that you'll play as against will just simply dodge the rings anyway, so this trophy just becomes a boring and frustrating slog where you're just playing as the keeper, not really doing much, just waiting on people coming towards your goal, only to then mess it up within a few seconds, and then having to wait another couple of minutes before someone has another shot. So that is why the Playcaller Trophy in Quidditch Champions earns its BS rating of